What is up, people? How y'all doing? welcome. What is going on with the stream, man? There we go. We're back. Um. Yeah, guys. So in this stream, we're gonna talk about the latest news, if you know what I mean. We've been getting some reports about possibly Lampard getting an extra chance. I'm not sure how valid they are, but yeah, I think a lot of people are for now. There are majority. I would not majority. I don't know. I would say 60-70%. I think a majority of the fan base are against Lampard. I'm just seeing some reports. Thomas Tuchel representatives have been talking to Chelsea about him becoming the next Chelsea manager. So, but apparently there is no decision made, but there is talks going on. So we don't know. All we can do. We just to wait. But I was coming here to see if like maybe the Lampard gets another chance. Possibly, maybe the board is trying to give him time because realistically, the next games are against Luton, Wolves, and Burnley. I think that they are the next three games, and I'm hoping to see if we can get some results. Maybe Lampard can turn it around. I don't know. My hope is low. Varna says, "Are you Lampard in or Lampard out?" I don't use those terminologies. I don't like the in or out. It's some social media stuff. I don't like it. Regan McCarthy says, "Hi, how you doing, bro? You guys are good. Everything chill. I just want to do like some decent, like not a super long stream, but like a not so long stream. I just want to talk about with the people out here, see what's going on, what are their thoughts about Lampard, the current situation of Chelsea. Let's talk about it. Actually, before that, let me send a link to see if people are gonna join. No, 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 no. Let me see. Um. Okay. Tuchel could be the new Chelsea manager. Yeah, all these managers, I'm hearing a lot of stuff about them, but they got their pros and cons. Like all we say is like, yeah, Tuchel looks good, he's experienced, but like we gotta see their cons. Like not everyone is perfect. We gotta see what they bring to the table. So now that we know like Tuchel is, I guess, the most wanted candidate, and the club is looking at him right now. Let's discuss Tuchel. So, the one thing that we know with Tuchel is that his style of football is pretty similar to Lampard. He's willing to press, um, um, attacking fluid football, and these teams are very nicely organized. Unlike Lampard's, I think he has a big problem. I would not a big problem, but again, one of his main problems are that he's been having issues with the board. He had issues with board with PSG. He had issues with Dortmund, and I think these things can cause a bit of a difficulty, especially when Chelsea's board is not the most pleasant. So you have to be very, I would say, not caring about the board, I guess. And if you, let's say, you do get results and you don't get backed, and then things can get turned, just like Tuchel with PSG, because he was actually doing okay with PSG. He took them to the final for the first time, and he did not really get backed. So, and he was kind of going against the Leonardo, the what's it called? Is it like the director of PSG or something? And things turned sour real quick. But Reagan, it says we need a new center back. Right now I don't think center back is our main issue. I don't know why Lampard didn't play Zuma. It's just I don't understand that. But Zuma, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, I guess he's okay as a backup. We got Christensen. Tomori went on loan. Aspilicueta can play there. I think center back is not the most important. I think we need a DM. As I've been saying, guys, look, Conte wasn't there. the midfield was empty. Like we have no one there. Kovacic, he's not a defensive midfielder. I'm sorry, he's not a defensive midfielder, and you need someone to play there. That's why I was advocating for Declan Rice. A lot of people say like he's overrated, he's overpriced. Yeah, he's gonna cost you 60, 70 million, but you cannot deny that he's a good player. Plus, he's a leader. Like name me a couple leaders in the team. Aspie, he's the captain, but he's not a leader. Like, for me, I'm sorry, he's not a leader. He just fights. He's a good soldier, but he's not a leader. Thiago Silva, okay, acceptable. Who else? Jorginho, again, not the greatest leader in my opinion. Who else we have? Ziyech, I guess he's a bit vocal, but he's not the leader. I think we need leaders. Like, I don't know, like why it's not really, I would say, appreciated enough, the role of a leader. Especially like back in the old days, guys, we had John Terry, Drogba, Essien, Ashley Cole, Petr Cech, Drogba. All these guys were like, majority of them were the captains of their national team. They were carrying a whole country on their back. Balak, these guys are leaders. Like let's say Lampard was not performing well, he was carrying the team. When John Terry wasn't performing well, Petr Cech was carrying the defense. They all helped each other to push each other, get better. But at the end of the day, we don't have leaders in this team. That's what I'm saying. Like, we are struggling heavily with this current situation because there is no one to help, and Lampard doesn't have the, I would say, the motivation skills to like boost the team, boost the morale. Aspie was never a good leader. He's just a good it's what's it called, good soldier, and he fights for the team. Mount should be our new captain. In my opinion, Mount deserves to be the new captain. Like, I've seen him for a while. He's always demanding. His performances was always superb. I think he deserves to be the captain. Thiago, yeah, he's experienced, but again, age does not really mean anything, because if you're not vocal, if you're not demanding, what's the point of your experience, if you know what I mean? Like, Declan Rice is 21, 22. The way he leads that West Ham team, it's exceptional. That's what I'm saying. We need Declan Rice. He's not going to end all the solutions, but he's going to help us a lot because he's a leader. He's going to pack the midfield for us with Conte. Conte can be rotated, and he doesn't have to play every game, and he's not going to get injured. So yeah, if we get Werner, old manager, I think he would do good. I think you're talking about what's his name? Hasenhüttl. There you go. Hasenhüttl from Southampton, and I think Hasenhüttl is very solid. I think Southampton, they have patience. And again, I think if you bring Hasenhüttl again, is Chelsea, and especially the Chelsea fan base, willing to give him time to build something? So I don't know. It's crazy. Mount and Rice in a pivot of 4-2-3-1. That could work. That honestly could work. In my opinion, any of our midfielders could work with Declan Rice in a midfield pivot. Kovacic could work. Conte even. Mount. All these guys can work. Even Jorginho, even though he's slow, he has at least someone to play next to him. I think they would all work like next to Declan Rice. And Declan Rice, okay, let me just forget about Declan Rice. NDD, you saw the difference NDD made in yesterday's game. He bossed the midfield. Like, it was so easy for him to just defend against Kai Havertz, all those guys. And it's Kai Havertz, don't even get me started, man. Like, I'm losing hope for him. I think, I don't want to say this, but I think physically, like, he's not really developed enough for a Premier League. I think he just looks a little bit slow. Reverse Steph says, imagine Mount celebrations with Rice. Yeah, that would go crazy. Is there a chance of us finishing top 4? 100%, but with this current situation, I don't know. Wait, what? Reverse Steph says Thiago doesn't speak English. I mean, he's slowly learning, so I guess maybe he's gonna be better. Hazard was a better leader than Aspie. Hazard was just like mainly like for the vibes. He was there like a leader for the example. He was leading by his qualities. Chosen One says, do you think the next game is his last chance? I think the Luton game is not really important. Even if we win, I don't think it's gonna change. The games after that, Burnley and Wolves. If we beat them again, are you gonna really say, oh, Lampard is doing good? So I just don't know. I think we have to consider more options. But I think for me, I would give him one more last chance. For me, if I was Roman, I would say, Lamps, I would give you one more chance, because let's say if we continue with this like for a couple more games, it's going to be late to turn it around. So I would say give him until the end of February to see what are we going to get. And if he starts performing awfully like this, just get rid of him. I know he's a club legend, but for the sake of the club, we have to do it because we are not, playing and spending 200 million for our like a good manager to be here and not give us like a Champions League spot and some trophies. So if Lampard doesn't deliver, he has to go. Can I join you in the live? Guys, I'm not really doing the the joining live streams. I might do it later because I'm just streaming it from OBS, so it's only me. Maybe later on I'm gonna stream it with someone else. I will bring guests for sure, 100%. Just ate the way we play recently. Sideways, 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 backwards, sideways, cross up. I mean, yeah, I know, I get you. It's pretty boring. And yesterday was, I don't know, we lack passers. We lack good passers. Like, imagine if you had Joshua Kimmich. His passing is sublime. Thiago, all these guys, the way they make passes are important. Kovacic doesn't make those passes enough. Like, he's not a great passer. Same with Jorginho. He's just very simple with his passes. Conte, again, is not the greatest passer. Mount is okay. I think his passing has been improving a lot recently. Let me just pull up some stats from yesterday's game because we can use it for some references. Let me see. I'm gonna go to Sofa Score and let's see. So let's go to Chelsea's midfield and I'll start with Mason Mount because I think he was our best midfielder yesterday. But again, look, Mason had 4 key passes. 94% passing accuracy, and he had 2 long balls and one of them was successful plus 3 crosses. Mason was trying hard. Like he had like a lot of passes. He had 63 passes and he was doing okay. Defensively though, don't even get me started. He had 8 tackles, guys. In your opinion, do you think 8 tackles is world class or no? Just drop in the chat. Do you think 8 tackles is world class or no? Because for me, that's world-class numbers. Also, next to that, he had 4 interceptions. So, like, 12 defensive contributions. That's crazy. When we played, there was no passion. Mount was the only one trying, exactly. And it looks like the players have lost faith in him. I can see that. I mean, the players are not really caring. It's kind of, like, bad to see, like, Lampard, like, struggling to get the best out of the team. When Frank gets sacked, which manager will be the best for us? Honestly, I understand why people like Tuchel, but I would really like for us to get, what was the guy's name, Nagelsmann or Erik ten Hag from Ajax. I think Erik ten Hag, he was superb in the Champions League year. I think he's a very good coach, very adept coach, and I think he will help us to get better. There is no passion. Wait, I already read that. Tell me you guys recognize that. There was no effort yesterday except for Mason. He gave his all. Guys, Mason was the only guy who was like fighting. The passion he put in, superb. Like I can't say anything about him. I don't know why people criticize him. Like I understand, like you're allowed to criticize, but at least see the benefits. I mean, like because Mason doesn't look good on the eye, doesn't mean he's a bad player. Just because he doesn't make a couple of dribbles like Kovacic, it doesn't mean he's a bad player. He's a very efficient player, and he does the dirty side of the game, and he's also creative. So what do you want more? Mason will always give it all. Mason is like one of the most hardworking players in the team. Okay, guys, so let's get to the next part of the stream. So I'm just gonna talk about Lampard. I mean, I know we've been talking a couple managers, like Tuchel, Nagelsmann, all these guys. But for me, let's talk about Lampard. For you, actually, what do you think he should do to get better? Like any tactical setups you're thinking about? Any lineup selections, like what player are you trying to like bench and what player are you trying to start? So comment on what's our issue, give me some possible lineups in the chat and we're gonna discuss. So just put some like a possible lineups in the chat, like 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, and then we're gonna start talking about it. And yeah, let me just put it actually in the chat. Pick. Okay, so let's say for the next Premier League game, I don't know if it's against, is it against Wolves or Burnley? Let me see. So our next game is next Premier League game, I would say, is against Wolves, and again, Wolves is a very tough team. So I think someone in the chat, Reagan, says 4-2-3-1, and 4-3-3-1 again, guys. It's a good formation, not gonna lie, but do we really have the midfielders for that? Because Kovacic, he's not gonna work. He's not working well with Conte. He doesn't work well with Mount. So I think Kovacic is out of the equation unless we get Rice, which I'm highly doubtful. After that, we got Conte, and I think playing 4-2-3-1 without Conte is pretty stupid. Because why would you play Jorginho and Kovacic in the same lineup?